So פרק ג', third chapter, Mishnah Tet, 9th Mishnah. היו מתענים על הגשמים. So they started fasting on the rain. So before that we already established two things. That some of the fasts were 12-hour fasts, like we fast, but when it became like serious, like there wasn't rains for a long time, they started to having 24-hour fasts. So over here it's talking about the 24-hour fasts. Okay? So the people would fast for 24 hours. It's sunset to sunrise. Right? They will start at night, just like we do. Sunset to sunrise. וירדו להם הגשמים ביום התענית, and then, so the people started to fast because there was no rain, and then rain started after the start of the fast. Now the question is, by the morning, before the sun rose. Before the sun rose. Now the question is, should they finish the fast or not? Since they took upon themselves a fast, but it looks like God answered already. So the question now is, should we stop the fast or should we continue with the fast? Yeah, that's the question. וירדו להם גשמים, and the rain came down ביום התענית, in the day of the fast, קודם הנץ החמה, before the sun came up. לא ישלימו את התענית, so they don't complete the fast. They stop immediately when the rain, they see there's enough rain, they don't continue with the fast. Why? שעדיין לא חלה עליהם התענית כשירדו הגשמים. Because when the rain I'm starting to change my mind. Maybe it's a 12-hour fast. So maybe it's a 12-hour fast, not a 24-hour fast.
So how is not halal and
because
even if it's 12 or 24, what difference does it make?
Because if
because
they took it before the night, yeah. They took it before the night.
It's a morning.
It's a morning fast.
In the morning.
Yeah.
לפני נץ החמה.
לפני נץ החמה. Or you could say, they said we're going to start fasting when? Tomorrow morning.
כן, הנה הוא מסתכל, לאחר נץ החמה, before נץ החמה.
כשירדו גשמים, לאחר נץ החמה. To after the sun, they took you have to take the fast, the mincha before. So they had to accept it. So they accepted the mincha before, but they said, we're going to start the fast when sunrise, on נץ החמה. Okay? ואם ירדו להם הגשמים לאחר הנץ החמה, in other words, so it's a 12-hour fast, not a 24-hour fast. ואם ירדו להם גשמים לאחר הנץ החמה, and if the rain will come down after the sunrise, it's not sunrise, it's when the sun peaks. Yeah? ישלימו את התענית. They're going, only then they will finish the fast. Rabbi Eliezer אומר, Rabbi Eliezer disagrees. He says, קודם חצות, it says before midday. It says before the midday. Why? אם ירדו להם גשמים לפני חצות היום, if the rain come down before midday, לא ישלימו. Then they don't complete it. Why? Because nobody eats in the morning. It says, who eats in the morning? You go to Darwin, you go to Zeo. Anyway, you eat when? Midday. That's the first time you eat. So in your mind, you thought the first meal is going to be this. So this is
It's like they didn't start.
They didn't start even yet, right? It's the beginning of the fast. It's not considered to be a fast. ששעת חצון זמן אכילה הוא לרוב בני אדם, because that's what most people eat at that time. You have to remember, these are not people like us. They don't wake up at 9, 10 o'clock. This guy wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. So they ate the meal already. They ate the first meal. They didn't start the fast yet. So the next meal they're going to have is lunch. When is the lunch? Is on, yeah. וכיוון שירדו לפני חצות, עדיין לא חלה להם התענית. So they, in other words, for them, they're not fasting yet. This is a regular day. לאחר חצות. But if after lunchtime, ואם ירדו להם הגשמים לאחר חצות היום, then ישלימו. Then they have to complete the fast. את התענית. ובירושלמי מבואר הטעם. ירושלמי gives a different reason. What's the different reason according to ירושלמי? הואיל ועבר רובו של יום בקדושה. It says once the majority of the day is one way, you keep it that way the entire way. So the majority of the day was fasting. Now you keep it fasting for the whole day. If the less than the majority is, then you can stop. Different reason, but the same idea. Ve'halacha keRabbi Eliezer, and the halacha is like Rabbi Eliezer, that if it's before you took the first meal, which is lunchtime at that time, you don't need to fast. מעשה שגזרו תענית בלוד. There was a case that they decreed a fast in Lud, על הגשמים, and the fast was because of lack of rains. וירדו להם גשמים קודם חצות, and the rain came down before noon, before lunchtime. In other words, if it came down, they don't need to fast now. ביום התענית. אמר להם רבי טרפון, so therefore, then told to them Rabbi Tarfon, that Rabbi Tarfon היה יושב בלוד, that he used to sit in Lud. We remember, you know all these names from the Haggadah. You remember Rabbi Tarfon was sitting in Lud, you know all these names, yeah? צאו ואכלו ושתו ועשו יום טוב. It says, that's it. No more fasting. Today, you know what's today? Today is a holiday. It's a celebration. The rain came down. ויצלו ואכלו ושתו ועשו יום טוב. And they went out, they ate, they drank, they made it all a holiday. ובאו בין הערביים לבית הכנסת, and they came at noon, or at mincha time, to shul, וקראו הלל הגדול, and they said the hallel, say full hallel. מזמור, הודו להשם כי טוב, כי לעולם חסדו, but we do the hallel. We do the הודו להשם, we thank God that He's good, He's ever kind. The whole hallel. Yeah. הודו לאלוקי האלוקים, says thank God, the God of gods, כי לעולם חסדו, משום שכתוב בו, because it's written in that מזמור, נותן לחם לכל בשר, that God gives bread to all flesh, כי לעולם חסדו, because he is forever kind. בגמרא מבוארתם, the Gemara says the reason, שלא קראו קודם האכילה, so he says, I understand, but they already davened, theoretically, let's say, it was before Shachris, right? Let's say it rained before the daven Shachris. Let's say. It started at 9, they were Hasidim, right? So it rained at 8, let's say. At 9 o'clock, they didn't say Hallel. So the question is, why didn't they say Hallel? They already know that they're not fasting at 9 o'clock.
He's talking noon, not morning.
I know, but the question is, and I understand that they said Hallel in Mincha. My question is, it rained before Shachris. Why didn't they say Shachris? Why didn't they say Hallel in Shachris? Yeah? So he says, why don't they say Hallel in Shachris? Okay. בגמרא מבוארתם, שלא קראו קודם האכילה, why didn't they say it before, why didn't they say Hallel before they ate? לפי שאין אומרים הלל הגדול, אלא בנפש שבעה ובכרס מלאה. It's because you only do it when you're completely calm. You only say Hallel when you know all the eggs are waiting for you in the basket. Yeah. In other words, you're already there. Over there, they weren't sure. Yes, Hallel, no Hallel. Yes, we stop. No, you didn't have already that feeling. If you don't have that feeling, after you ate a good meal, you already celebrated, you said a couple of l'chaim, now you can say Hallel the right way. יש סוברים, the Adozo says, שהוא הדין בתענית על צרות אחרות. So we said all these examples on rain, when there's not enough rain. So some say it's not only on rain, it's any other trouble that may come. שאם עברו קודם חצות, לא ישלימו. That if the trouble is finished before midday, you do not complete. But some disagree. We'll see soon far. ברם אין דין זה נוהג אלה בתעניות של ציבור. This ruling is only about public fasting. It's not about individual fasting, only about public fasting. שאין מטריחים את הציבור. That you do not bother the congregation, אלא כפי הצורך בלבד. You only bother them according to necessity. אבל היחיד שהיה מתענה על צרה, but an individual that he was in trouble, for example, as an individual, אף על פי שעברה קודם חצות, even though, let's say he was in jail about to be killed, for some reason, and then they let him go. Yeah? הרי זה משלים תעניתו. He has to complete his entire fast. ויש חולקים וסוברים, there are those who hold, שאין הבדל בין יחיד לציבור. No, doesn't make a difference between individual or congregation. If a guy was supposed to be put to death in the morning and he wasn't, and he was fasting, yeah, and he wasn't put to death, he doesn't need to complete his fast. Yeah. ומכל מקום אין דין זה נוהג לדעתם אלא בתענית על הגשמים. And even according to them, this ruling is not only when it comes to rain, אבל על צרות אחרות, but on any other kind of trouble, אף על פי שעברו קודם חצות, even though the trouble is finished before midday, משלימים את התענית. You do finish the fast. Why? שאין לך צרה שאדם יכול להיות בטוח שעברה לגמרי, אלא צרת גשמים, שהיא לשעתה. Because all other trouble, you're not full with your heart that it's good. The guys told you, okay, you can go, and you go, in your heart you're thinking, you know what you're thinking? I wonder if the guy is right now is after me, he's going to come and take me back. In rain, I know it's enough. Rem Cain, that's it, it's enough. All the other troubles, you're not 100% sure. And to completely celebrate and say, fast the time, you need to be like really, really sure, and then it works.